Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am good. The dogs are walking about the studio, makes me happy. They'll probably wander in the background. And today we're going to back up and grab a topic that I saved for this purpose to have a pre-recorded one while we travel and enjoy our time in Ireland. And we're going to talk about the penalties or lack thereof that Michigan was handed down from the NCAA. Additional penalties for their cheating scandal, their scouting of opponents in advance in person, which is a big no-no in college football, and how they got off the hook. But you're not off the hook if you're not subscribing to this YouTube channel. You thought you were. You thought I was going to forget, didn't you? Do so. Subscribe to GoPowercat.com. Head over to our site. It's football season, folks. It's game week. Coverage is going to be awesome this season. Ryan Gilbert, our managing editor, has laid it all out. It's going to be really good. And also, supportcoldest.com, please. Okay. So Michigan hired this dude, Jim Harbaugh, the coach, Connor Stallions. You know this, right? And he had friends scouting teams in person. Big no-no. Huge no-no. Can't do that. But he did it. And the question becomes, did they really gain an advantage? Because honestly, you can learn some things from being in person, particularly down by the sideline that you can't from watching on TV. But unless you're blatantly stealing signals, which they probably were, probably working on that, you can't really see that on TV. It's a weird rule for me, but I get it. It is a rule. So the NCAA should enforce it. They think it's a big deal, but then they didn't treat this. And there's no reason to lay out the extra penalties here because Michigan got off the hook. There's some minor stuff. But the big news is they cheated to win the national championship in 2023 and they get to keep it. Isn't that cool? Isn't that how that goes in the NCAA? The big brands get to cheat, get to violate the rules, and suffer very minimal penalties. But not always. It was pointed out by a poster on X, always reliable, I know, that Ohio State received harsher penalties for players getting free tattoos than Michigan did for cheating and winning a national championship. Yeah, doesn't make sense, but that's why the NCAA is going to die. They don't make sense. They have no consistency to how they hand out penalties and handle these situations. Michigan was a winner and their ineptitude. But here, if you don't think it was a big deal, let me read you something also from that Twitter machine now known as X. Harbaugh went 49-26 in the seasons before hiring Connor Stallions. And he went 40-3 with Connor Stallions scouting games in advance. It was all an illusion from cheating, and yet they get to keep that national title. Nothing is given back. A little slap on the wrist and go about your business. And because of what the NCAA did, why won't more schools cheat? The benefit far outweighs the penalty. And that's why the NCAA, again, needs to just go away and let's start over with someone who has a little guts. By the way, I wanted to share this for you. The image on the front page of Michigan and that nun or whatever she was, it's from the Game of Thrones when they march someone naked through the street. I'm not going to get into the details, but there's a nun or whatever saying shame, shame, shame. It's Hannah Waddingham, the owner from Ted Lasso. It's one of my favorite trivia points. Hannah was a huge star on the stage in London. She's an amazing singer. And she had this little cameo in Game of Thrones, and you can hardly tell it's her until you know it's her, and it's her. I'm not ashamed of that at all. It's her.